Hello, my name is Ethan Thompson, and today I'm going to be sharing some insight on the book that I wrote called My Harp Adventure. The inspiration for this book came from just my experiences playing the harp in mostly public spaces. A lot of times when I'm asked to play anywhere with other groups of musicians, there aren't a lot of harpists that look like me. I don't see a lot of African American harpists out there. There's two or three that I can count of that I can think of to my mind. There are lots more out there, but the ratio is very much different. And so the point of this book really is to inspire other young African Americans, specifically African American males, to not only get into music, but also get into playing the harp. I would say the person who inspired my interest in playing the harp, well, there's not really one specific person that inspired, me wanting to play. My mom was very instrumental in getting me into various different things to see what I liked, if that was technology or art. For a long time, it was art with drawing or painting, what have you. But she also saw that I could sing, so she put me in a choir, and I enjoyed it to a degree, but it wasn't something that I wanted to do going forward. It was just an extracurricular for me. But the program that I did choir with, they also had a harp program, and my mother asked me one day on a ride home, she said, "Hey, do you want to try playing the harp?" And at the time, I had never really seen a harp before. I had heard about it in various stories, specifically from the Bible, reading about King David and how he played the harp to soothe King Saul. So that was more so where my knowledge on harps really went. That's about as far as it went. But I went on ahead and decided to give it a shot and to see where it went. And then I found myself with some harp lessons at the same program. My mother she came up with the idea for this, actually. She said, "Hey, not a lot of kids play the harp. Not a lot of kids know about the harp. As I've said prior, not a lot of African American kids even know what the instrument is." And so she said, this could really be something powerful to other children your age, and even some adults. And so I was like, yeah, I think so too, because again, pulling from my experiences, looking back, there wasn't a lot of people that looked like me. And so I would definitely say that it's more so not necessarily just one person, but a mixture of people that really led to this moment. The main message I want to hit home is the importance of exposure. A lot of times, especially in the area that I live, they rarely leave their hometown. They rarely leave the small area that they live in. And what I'm very appreciative from my family was that they were constantly trying to get me to explore new things about everything, be it technology, art, music, culture, language, all this stuff. And so the main idea for this book, like I said, is about exposure and getting experiences to younger audiences. The illustrations are done by my friend Timothy Daniel. We met back when I was a freshman in high school. He was a senior. We were both in the same club. He was really into art and still is an amazing artist studying at VCU. And one day, my mother and I were trying to figure out who was going to make the drawings for this book, because there was a certain style I wanted, but I wasn't so sure who could actually evoke the essence of it. But then I remembered, oh hey, Timmy, he could do it.
What was my first reaction? I thought it was very cute and sweet, and I wanted to illustrate it as soon as I read it. I mean, it seemed very fun and very sincere to who he was, the person. First, Ethan pitched the book to me, and then he kind of pitched the page by page layout of how he wanted each page to be structured. From there, I kind of just talked to him and communicated what he might want on each page.
It was a lengthy process, but to simplify it, basically I drew out a small sketch for him of what I was looking for, and he took that, translated it into a full-on illustration. And then I looked over it, and more often than not, I didn't have to make any corrections. I didn't have to say, oh, I want this. He perfectly captured the essence of what I wanted.
I suppose I was never specifically interested in illustrating books per se. I mean, and so when Ethan offered me the opportunity to illustrate a book for him, I kind of just took it.
We worked with each other for a few months. I gave him a simple sketch of what I wanted, explained it in as much detail as I could, and he translated it into his full-on illustration. Again, we worked on this for a few months going forward, doing this process. I rarely had to make any changes or suggestions. He perfectly captured the essence of what I wanted out of each illustration, and it really worked out in the end.
I will say getting the harp right was definitely the most important part of the book, and this is my harp adventure. I think getting the harp right was by far the most important part, and I think that's the part Ethan probably communicated to me the most out of any other part of the project. But as far as the stylization of the harp, I mean, I used real harp images as a reference when designing the harps for this book, and then as far as stylizing them, I did simplify them down quite a lot, because I mean, like, you don't want to go too in-depth in a children's book about all the different levers and mechanics of the harp, but like I did simplify things a little bit to make it easier for myself to draw and easier for kids to understand. Most of the time, I don't think he had that much to say about the pages. I think like most of the time they're like he automatically approved them. But I think every now and then there's like one page or two where he would say, hey, can you change this, or can you change that? So I mean, I think my favorite illustration has to be honestly the cover itself. I think this turned out really nice. I do really like how the cover looks. Of course, I myself never played the harp, so it's kind of hard for me to fully connect to the musical experience in that way. But as an artist myself, I think everyone's kind of had that experience of like picking up a new experience for the first time, like a pencil or a harp. Same thing. It's kind of the same thing in its own way. So it's definitely not like the same experience, but I think I do relate to it in some way as well. Yeah.
The most challenging portion was definitely the writing portion. I had written essays in school, every student has, but it's different when you're trying to cater to a specific audience. In this case, with the book, I'm trying to cater to a younger age range, around elementary level. So my language needs to reflect that. And that was something that I had to learn as I wrote the book. I would finish up a draft and I would show my mother. And my mother would say, this sounds fine, but a child's not gonna connect with this. And so it's really, the really challenging, difficult part about making this book was changing the language that I used and the overall tone of my writing. And I really learned about just the whole process of writing and just understanding like, okay, this is how I cater to this audience, this is how I cater to this audience, what tone I should use, what inflections I should use, what words I should use. This process has definitely just lit a fire inside of me on just wanting to write more books. I've always been an imaginative person. I've always loved creating stories and formulating new ideas. And so just putting my ideas and getting them onto paper and publishing it was just been a fun experience, and just really just show me how fun it is, and also how easy it is to really do something like this. I would say that I would definitely write some more books in the future that'll be put on shelves. And so I hope that the readers will feel the same drive, or even just more drive than I had when I was at that age, to pursue their musical dreams in whatever aspect. There are many different routes that children can go for music, be it performance, recording technology, composition. There's a whole world out there that they can just flourish in. It's all about exposure, and so I really, really want kids to just feel empowered. I want kids to feel empowered that they can accomplish their dreams, that it's okay to chase their dreams, that they can do they can do what they set their mind to. That no dream is too silly. There's no dream that's too small, too vast, too unattainable, because it's all about your work, your hard work and ethic, and just how passionate you are about what you want. I would say, for myself, the joy that music brings me is the accomplishment aspect of it. And it just really inspired me, showing me that, oh, this is something I'm good at. I can keep going further. I can get better at this. And it really showed me what I really wanted to do going forward. Music is powerful. It's art. It's a big part of our culture, and if we lose it, then we have no culture. I have an Instagram page called Ethan_the Harpist. You can find information about the book there. You can follow me, and you can also contact me through Instagram to purchase the book for yourself.
Thank you, Ethan, for your time.
Thank you.